I'm your friend, Dr. Ellis. So thank you for being here with us at high noon, where we have lunch and learn, where we feed the stomach, but also feed the mind, which is esoterically the stomach is where we intake information as we intake food. So anyway, hope you're having a great week so far. This is Wednesday. This is Hump Day. So let's get over the hump. So I just want to talk to you for a few minutes as some of you are engaging in at lunchtime at your desk, in the break room, in your car, wherever the case may be, any Facebook parties or whatever the case may be. Please definitely share it, send it as we get started in the lesson today. I want to talk to you about a couple things, two separate things actually. One being 10 things that require zero talent. I know a lot of times people say, well, you got to have a degree for this, you got to have this, certification for this, you got to have this, you got to have that. And I'm not saying that certain jobs, that certain career paths that require those things. But I want to talk about 10 things that require just zero talent. You don't have to have talent, but these 10 things here will get you into doors that would normally be open. This will create, I guess you would say, paths that was not necessarily there, an opportunity. So that's what I want to talk about today, 10 things that require zero talent. And if I still have some more time on the clock, I'd like to get to 8 mandatory characteristics of increase and alliance. 8 characteristics of increase and alliance. So let's get to it, if you will. 10 things. I want to jot these things down. 10 things that require zero talent. Zero talent. But these 10 will take you far, let me tell you. So, number one, you would not believe the one I'm going to start off with. Number one of most important things that require zero talent. You have to have talent to this, but these 10 things will get you where you need to be. 1, being on time. You can have all the degrees, all certifications, all types of education you want. But being late, not being on time will get you written up, will get you fired, will also show at the end of the day your being prompt at the end of the day. So being on time is very, very important, requires zero talent. I know this day and age in 2021, everybody's in school trying to get these degrees and so forth, but we've forgotten about the basics, the fundamentals, the simple stuff we've gotten away from. And it's the simple stuff that will get us where we need to go above everything else. I was reading something last night. Which made me talk about this today, 10 things that require zero talent. Do you not know that I want to make sure I get this right. In 1969, men without college degrees, watch this, men without college degrees in 1969 was making 14% more than men in 2021 without college degrees. 1969, they're making 14% more than people men in 2021 without college degrees. Here's why. Because I believe they were taught these 10 things that require zero talent. It blew my mind when I read it. I had to take a screenshot and everything and make sure I put this into some literature that I'll be compiling. But yeah, that's what made me write this thing here. 1969. We're here in 2021. So you're talking 20 years. 69 as 31 makes it 2031 plus roughly 20, 51, almost 52 years ago that they was making more then than the man is now without a college degree. 52 years later, they're making 14% more. Less education, but more of the fundamentals, the basics. They focus on the fundamentals and the basics. So 1, being on time. Two, effort. Effort. They gave the best effort. So many times today you hear people say, well, this is all I'm going to do. This is all they pay me for. And since that's all they pay you for, then that's all you're going to get paid for. Effort. Give your best effort. See, they focused, they maximized on the basics. They might not didn't have all the education and all kind of ABCs after their name, but I'm telling you, they focus on the basics. Now, I'm telling you, in this time, in this generation, this period, we've gotten away from the basics. So these things I'm talking about, you got to make sure you give it great consideration. I ain't man nobody trying to be on time. No problem then. You know what comes with not being on time. Well, I try to get there as best as I can. See, that was no I try to get there. They're going to be on time, if not early. That's how you roll. The basics. We understand sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. I got that. Who you know gets you in. What you know keeps you in. All right? So being on time is number one. Giving your best effort. Give it all you got. You can't give it. People say, I'm going to give 110%. Well, you can't give 110%. All you can give is all you got. That's 100. Give your best effort. With your best effort, you have no regret. And with no regret, you'll have no remorse. All right? So give it your best effort. Being on time and your best effort. Three, energy. Be excited about the opportunity that you do have. They understood that since they didn't have the education, they're going to make sure that they capitalize on the things they did have. And that was not only being on time, not only giving their best effort, but also always giving their best energy. Always their best energy. That energy is wind up attracting. It wind up creating an atmosphere that people want to be around. Energy. They're in it. Bob's working hard at it. Yeah, that's energy. It's like being in the gym when you're around some folks who's they really working out, they're really getting it. You're like, well, okay, I'm going to start getting it a little more harder too. Or maybe you're that person who's getting it and people are watching you. That energy is transferable. They understood, okay, maybe I don't have the education, but I do have the fundamentals. And that's what I think we've kind of lost this day and time in 2021 is the fundamentals. Being on time, effort, energy. And number 4, passion. That whatever you're doing, you give it everything you got. You're passionate about it. When you're talking about it, you're excited about it. You're really into it, whether it's a project or whether you're working on something or whether you're building something or whether you're just responsible for something. You're passionate about it. You're passionate. Your passion is your fire. It keeps you lit. And I don't know if we pretty much see that today in 2021. Passion. Or people say, I'm just doing this right now just to fill a void. I'm doing this right now because this is just the space that I'm in. But the passion that whatever I'm doing, I'm giving it everything I got, all my heart, all my mind, all my might. My passion. Passion. All right? 10 things that require zero talent. You don't have to go to school for this, but you do have to be schooled on this. You don't have to go to school for this, but you do have to be schooled on this. These are the fundamentals. Being on time, giving your best effort, having energy and passion. And when you got the energy and the passion, well, this just goes to number 5. Then you be willing to do extra. Do extra. Most folks don't do extra. They do just enough, but not extra. See, I believe you reap what you sow. You sow extra, you get extra. That's just a universal law. And you might not even get the extra from the extra you're giving it, but it doesn't matter. Once you put extra out there in the universe, extra has to come back in abundance. Doing extra. Doing extra. Give yourself 30 days. How about a 30-day challenge? I'm going to be on time for any and everything. I'm going to give my best effort. I'm going to always be energized, full of passion and excitement. And I'm willing to do extra. I'm going to do extra. I heard a saying years ago that says that the man who does extra for the same pay will get extra pay for the same work. I thought that was remarkable. Hear what I'm saying? The man who does extra today for the same pay will now get extra pay for the same work. You got it? So he's doing extra today for the same pay. He'll be paid more tomorrow for the same thing he's doing. The same thing. He's always doing extra today for the same pay. All of a sudden, his pay will continue to go up, and he'll continue to do what he's doing now. He'll get paid more for the same thing because he's already doing extra. 10 things that require zero talent. Being on time, effort, energy, passion, doing extra. 6, he has a work ethic. What's the work ethic? It's not done until it's done. It's not done until it's done. In other words, he won't rest until it's done. Kind of having that God type of complex. And that is, the Bible says, the good book, you guys know I got to refer it somehow, some way through the segment of the show. The good book says that on the 7th day, the Lord rested. He rested from all his work. He looked back and saw that all that he did was good. Now, you cannot rest until you completed everything. And it's not complete until you can look back over it and say it's good. Good enough is not good enough until you say that's good. Not good enough, because good enough, you can tell good enough is right up under what? Good. So good is the best. How's it look? It's good. It's good enough. It's underneath good. So you got to continue to make sure you're putting forth the best work ethic. Not only that, but you want people to come in up under you to have the same work ethic. How can you say you have the best work ethic and yet you demand more from your people, and yet you demand more from your people, and yet you got the worst work ethic? All right? So being on time, giving your best effort, energy, passion, doing extra. You got a strong work ethic. And then 7, your body language. Your body language. Your body language is a nonverbal communication that people are actually speaking without saying anything. You know, it's like somebody walking in the morning. Good morning. So, right, so it's your body language. How's it going? Right, it's your body language. It's your body language. So you're speaking without speaking. So I want you to speak more louder and more clearly with your body language. Alert, attentive, back straight, shoulders up, head high. That's what you want, your body language. You can work. See, these are things that back in 1969, by them not having the education, they had the fundamentals down to a science. They mastered those things because those are the things that were going to take them to the next level. Being on time, giving the best effort, energy, passion, doing extra, work ethic, body language. And number 8, have a good attitude. They had a good attitude. That was common decency and respect, courtesy. No problem. Yes. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. The common things. Respect was given. Respect was given. So you got to have a good attitude. A good attitude plus a good aptitude, mean knowledge, will give you a good altitude. So attitude plus aptitude will give you good high altitude. It's your attitude. How's your attitude? You're just so cocky that you feel like you're the best, but you got the worst attitude. Instead of your attitude being of one that attracts, it repels. Attitude. How's your attitude? They had the best attitude. And these are things that will continue to take them higher. 9, being coachable. Be willing to be open. Being coachable, another word for just being humble. Like, okay, I'm willing to learn. Didn't know that. Not being defensive. Not being offended. But yeah, sure, you can show me this. Didn't know that. Not taking anything personal. I guess that goes back to attitude again. Not taking anything personal. Being coachable. And then number 10, being prepared. Being prepared. That they're ready for whatever the assignment, whatever the project, whatever the job entails. I'm ready. They're prepared. Oh, I didn't have time for this. I had things come up. I wasn't able to do this. No excuses. They're prepared. People today give you all kinds of excuses why I didn't do this and why I didn't do that. And yet they can't understand why they're not being elevated. These are 10 things that require zero talent. But yet mastering these things will get you to the next level. Being on time, giving the best effort, energy, full of passion, doing extra, work ethic, body language, having the best attitude, being coachable, and being prepared. Now, looking at the clock, and now that I got a few minutes left, let me go ahead and hit these 8 mandatory characteristics of increase and alliance. 8 mandatory characteristics of increase and alliance. These 8 things I'm about to tell you will get you not only just the increase, but also people you want to align yourself with. And these are the characteristics you want to look for. Now, what you're going to notice, these are basics, but they're not. They are not. They are basic, but they're valuable. 1, 8 mandatory characteristics of increase and alliance. These are people you want to align yourself with and develop within yourself. 1, dependable. You know how hard it is to find some people who are dependable, that you can depend on. That's where the word comes from. You can depend on. Come rain, snow, heat, doesn't matter. You can depend on these people. That's one of the characteristics. Are you dependable? Shoot, even if you're dating somebody, that's a good question you want to ask. If you're considering aligning yourself with people. These are 8 mandatory characteristics of increase, which will make your life better, and you want to align yourself with these people with these characteristics. So if you're out there dating, you want to ask, that's a good question. Are you dependable? Can I depend on you? 2, loyal. You know, people flip-flop all day long. You know, shoes aside, they flip-flop. Are you loyal? Are you loyal? Are you committed to the organization? Are you committed to the relationship? Are you committed to the project? Are you loyal? Or anybody else can just come up and you're gone. So, yeah, you say, well, what's the difference between dependable and loyal? Well, dependable is, yeah, we can count on you. Loyal is, well, if he's still on our team, we can still count on him. But, you know, you never know. See, loyalty has to do with commitment. See, dependable has to do with more or less integrity. So dependable, loyal, and then able. You want to also be in a relationship with somebody who's able to do what you so desire. Able. All right? You got to still be able to do the job, to be able to perform the function. You got to be able to deliver. So the fact that somebody's dependable, that's great. The fact you found somebody who's loyal to you, to the organization, to the cause, Great. Now, are they able? It's almost like a basketball team, and we need a center. It's a big man. Now, we found, let's go with Tom. Tom is dependable. We can count on Tom. He's not going to miss practice, not going to miss a game, blah, blah, blah. Got it. He's loyal. He's committed to the team. He's committed to the cause of what we're trying to get done. Great. But Tom's 5 feet tall. Tom cannot be the center of the basketball team. He's not able. So make sure, again, you find someone who's dependable, who's loyal, and who's able. Are you able to perform the task at hand? Find somebody who's able. Like I said, not only these eight mandatory characteristics for increase, but also in alliance, in relationship. Find somebody who's able. And those are things you want to go over. You want to put those expectations up front. Are you dependable? Are you loyal? And are you able? Some people, by the time you get into a relationship and be in it for a while, you talk about able. It's like, well, no, I'm not able to do that. So you should talk about that earlier in the relationship, and therefore you wouldn't have wasted a lot of your time. All right, 4, having a positive mental attitude. 1, you want to find someone who's dependable. 2, loyal. 3, at the end of the day, you want to find someone who's able to perform the task, the job, the function at hand. And then 4, you're going to be with somebody who has a positive mental attitude. Look, the world is already negative. You need someone who's going to be positive, who's going to be able to look at a glass being half full versus half empty. You want to look at someone who's going to be an optimist, not a pessimist. All right? So you need someone with a positive mental attitude. Life's going to always come back. Yes, life's going to hit you, but yet you got to have someone who's positive and say, okay, we can do this. We can do this. So a positive mental attitude that always sees a silver lining in a dark cloud. Got it? 5, you also want someone in your relationship, create an alliance with, that goes the extra mile. That goes the extra mile. In the good book, you guys know I got to refer to the Bible. Jesus says, when a friend asks you to walk 1 mile, walk 2. When a friend, that's an alliance, asks you to walk 1, go the extra mile. Go the extra mile. And the extra will get you so much extra. The extra mile. The difference between a first place winner and a second place winner is just a little bit. It's almost like a Kentucky Derby. You got all these horses running in the race, right? And you'll hear that Seabreeze is coming down the last lap, and Black Stallion is coming right behind him, and they're going, they're neck and neck, and they're going, and yet it's Seabreeze by a nose. A nose. Sometimes that horse is galloping so much he just sticks his head out and he wins just by a nose. And that's just going the extra. He could have just kept going and probably would have lost, but yet he stretched. And that's what going the extra mile is, really just stretching. It's good to be in alliance with someone who's willing to stretch. Go the extra mile. All right? And that's what will give them a nose above everybody else. All right? So that was 5. Number 6, I told you these 8 mandatory characteristics of increase and alliance. 6, applied faith. See, what is applied faith? It's applying your faith toward whatever you're working towards. Now, we know that faith without works is dead. So you're applying the action. So applied faith is no more than action behind the faith. That's all it is. We want someone who not only they say they believe in it, but willing to do whatever it takes to get that done. That's applied faith. Action behind the faith. Action which shows their faith. That's what you want. You want to be able to have applied faith. Not only say you believe in something, but show that you believe in it. Applied faith. 7, you also want to be around someone, you want to have it, but also you want someone to be in alliance with, a relationship with, who has a pleasing personality. A pleasing personality. Pleasing personality is like a sweet-smelling flower, sweet-smelling fragrance, aroma. It's just, it relaxes you. It brings a smile to your face. You want to be in alliance with someone who has a pleasing personality. And you want to have that pleasing personality. All right? It's attractive. I said earlier, it's attractive. You want to see, do you attract people or do you repel people? I have no problem being an introvert. Most of the times I am. I like to be to myself. But when I'm out and about, I make sure that I exude this pleasing personality. It's pleasant. It's pleasant. And you want to be pleasant to people. All right? And then last one, number 8, and we're done. This 8th mandatory characteristic of increase in alliance is you want to have ownership mindset. You want to have an ownership mindset. You want to have an ownership mindset. And that is, how can I help you? How can I help? How can I assist? You want to have that attitude with everybody. All right? How can I help people? Because this is still a people business. It still is a people world. And people is what it's all about. How can I help? Wait, that ain't got nothing to do with me, blah, blah. See, that's not going to, that's not thinking like an ownership. That's thinking like a worker. I don't get paid for this. This ain't working for me. Right. But how can I help? Keep that ownership thinking. See, an owner is thinking at the end of the day, an owner is no more having a servanthood mindset. How can I assist? How can I help the customer? And a customer is no more than an opportunity. How? How can I assist you? How can I help? And that's what you want to be in a relationship too, with someone who asks, how can I help? I'm dealing with the other person in the relationship is dealing with a situation, dealing with a challenge, and the other person comes and says, hey, how can I help? Who doesn't want to be in a relationship with that person? Who doesn't want an alliance with that person? You know, maybe something I could do. Maybe something I can help with. That's a good person to be in. And that's a pretty good person to become. A person who says, how can I help? How can I be of assistance? Not saying I'm going to be able to do all for all, but to extend that branch, that support. How can I help you? How can I assist? All right, so let me go ahead and wrap it up as we end today's session on Pep Talk. 10 things that require zero talent: being on time, effort, energy, passion, doing extra, work ethic, body language, attitude, being coachable, and being prepared. Those are 10 things that require zero talent, but definitely can take you to the top. Here's the 8 mandatory characteristics of increase and alliance. These are things you want to look for, you having personally and in a relationship. Finding someone who's dependable, finding someone who's loyal, finding someone who's able to do the job, the task at hand. 4, someone with a positive mental attitude. 5, someone who's willing to go the extra mile. 6, someone with applied faith. In other words, action faith. They put the action behind what they believe in. Pleasant personality. Pleasant personality is a pleasing personality. And that pleasing personality, that pleasant personality would create what's called favor. It would get you extra. And then last but not least, having an ownership mentality. How can I assist you? How can I help? Why? Because that's what's going to create opportunity for you. So I hope these totally of 18 things work. Just master these things here. You master these things, and these things will take you to places you know not of. So, again, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. I'm your coach, Coach Ellis. Thanks again for joining Pep Talk, and look forward to seeing you next week, next Wednesday, as we have Lunch and Learn, where we feed the stomach and feed the mind. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye now.